Hello everyone, my name is Yari and I'm happy to present the group assignment of the Team 1 for the course Lean Project Management Executive MBA. Let's have a look right now at the project overview. First of all, the scope of this project is to build an HALT Innovation Center. As a team, we came up with a strategic location, which is Stratford, East London, where the Innovation Center will serve various stakeholders. As you can see in the slide, we came up with a project, a design of the building, and the design is trying to follow the agile methods. I would like to point out that there are some cooperation areas where the people they can stay and work together. Well, in terms of the operation, we came up with 37 stories, which has been selected for the sprint 1. We will be speaking about that later on. Well, stories, we categorize as priority 1 and 2. We assign tasks to each members. And most important things, we track the progress using the Kaizen template, which is one of the lean and as well as agile tools, which is a visual tool. Well, each step of the agile method have been precisely carried out to make sure that we are putting into practice what we have learned throughout the course. We assign roles within the team. We have our Scrum Master, Mike, Product Owner, Brigitta, and we have the team support, the operations teams, Raphael, Eli, and Colvin. Let's carry on with a project overview and try to explain the different phases of our project. So what we have done. But first of all, we have the Scrum planning phase, where we identified 10 potential users. And then out of 10 potential users, we came up with a total of 94 stories. You can see the background of the stories from university up to hall. And we assign some common stories because we figured out that some of the stories are in common with all users. With regard to the complexity, we apply the concept of Fibonacci from 1 up to 21, where the number 1 stands for the easiest task and number 21 it's in regard to the most complicated task that we have within the project. The importance of the task to deliver the project is one of our priority because we figured out that some tasks are, I would say, mandatory to deliver the project successfully. We then came up with a product backlog, which has been obviously published and discussed. We will see the details of the product backlog and the rest of the process in the next few slides. Let's have a look at the selected stories. The table shows the selected stories, and we try to put into place what we learned throughout the course. So 3 different columns where, as a user, I need something so I can do something. So this was the approach. As you can see, we have a lot of users that have the same needs, and we name there as all user. And then we have a set of characteristics that are customized for some specific user. Here we can see the practical example of the product backlog, so the document that we produce. As you can see, the product backlog is being composed by an ID number, the task, or the so-called story, the complexity estimation, what we have discussed before, Fibonacci, and the priority. After the product backlog has been designed, after we identified all the key elements of the product backlog, we came up with the sprint one. The sprint one have been selected, taking into account the priority of the tasks. So we came up selecting priority 1 and 2. As you can see, we do have our dashboard where a Kaizen tool is being decided for this kind of activity. The Kaizen tool shows the user story, and every user story has a breakdown of tasks, and every task has been assigned to someone. The Scrum Master has the role of assigning tasks to the project and to removing any kind of obstacles. So our Scrum Master was very active in that. As you can see, we have our Kaizen shows even the status, if a task is planned, if it's in progress, and if there is a blockage for that, and if the done has been performed. I would like to point out that this kind of dashboard is really a visual dashboard who helps the team to analyze the sprint one successfully. It is now time to see the sprint one review and retrospective. This is a critical moment of the project, and we decide to prepare a graphic which is the sprint one burn down chart, which is showing the trend of the sprint one. Well, we plan to work on 12 different stories related to the sprint one, and we successfully completed 9 stories out of 12. We still have 3 stories that are ongoing, and they're going to be dragged into the next sprint. Well, what went well? Well, the construction progress went very well, and the laborers were very efficient and provided suggestion on order related. We don't have many waste of materials, which is something extremely good. The conservation performance has inspired saving ideas on order tasks as well. What did not go well? Well, the multiple task as basic contract delay. This is something that we should really work on that. And then we had a shortage on power tools, very quickly resolved. Some installation has been delayed due to the slow progress of utility setup. This is something that should be easily avoided. And through the team works closely, decisions were overlapping. This it's more lack of experience in this kind of project within a team. Well, what we absolutely need to improve, well, as an improvement plan, we would like to involve in this process and pay some experts on the field in order to try to complete the next sprint successfully. So we analyze our sprint 2, basically the same process of the sprint 1, but now was quite easy for us because we really understood the process. Same concept, Kaizen, and we try to complete all the ongoing tasks. Let's have a look right now at the sprint 2 reviews and retrospective. So we apply the same process. Basically, we plan to work on 11 new user stories and the 3 unfinished story from the last sprint. We delivered 13 stories, and everything has been validated by the product owner. 3 additional stories have been added on as a product owner request for the next sprint. Now, same situation, what we have done well, what we didn't do well, and what can be improved. Well, during the sprint 2, the task force and the on-site team focus on implementing with stories and enhance user experience and comfort. We shared ideas on how to enhance the overall experience. We had better contract management and less delays, and we had a better plan for the installation that involves minimizing motion and properly disposing of waste. So this is what we did extremely well. What we didn't do, we didn't do well. Well, the purchase of some specialized equipment has not reached the standard, and we need enhanced monitoring. So our quality came into action. The installation progress was lower because the task was more segmented. What can improve? Well, for sure in the Sprint 3, we are going to combine user installation and experiences into our user stories to enhance contract control over planning. Well, as action plan for improvement, we should increase the frequency of the quality control. Sprint 3 review and retrospective. So this is the last sprint that we analyzed. And what went well? The two functional group plan worked very well. The resources were well planned and shared effectively. With a better understanding of the building and the per-function installation being ready, teams become more efficient and are able to finish in sprint 3 despite our estimation complexity. What we didn't do well? Well, it caused chaos when we tried to finish the project in 3 sprints instead of 4. So we tried to speed the process up, and this result maybe in maybe lack of quality too. Action plan for improving the future. We will take the experience and make better planning for the next building project. We are right now at the conclusion of our project and our presentation, where we analyze the lessons learned and the opportunities of improvement. Well, resilience in the face of disruption. Scrum taught us that there are some points that we need to face an unexpected challenge, and we need to be ready to do that. Transparency, communication, and collaboration. This is always one of the key steps. You need to be transparent, collaborating with the teams. We need to be working all together as a team. Continuous learning and improvement. Each sprint retrospective provided a platform for learning from our success and setbacks, empowering us to refine our process. Very important, continuous improvement. Customer centricities and adaptation. We need to adapt with regard to the customer needs. We need to be agile. Efficient prioritization and estimation. We need to understand when is the right time to prioritize and how we are prioritized, and estimation is another key point to be improved and to be analyzed. Collective ownership and team synergy. Our teams shared responsibility efficiently for product backlog, and collective problem solving amplified our impact. And finally, celebrating milestones and achievements. It is very important to celebrate when we have done a good job. This was the last slide of our assignment, and we would like to thank the professor for what we have learned so far. Thank you very much.